For the past couple months, I've been looking for a specific breed or breed type mix for a family, and it's safe to say I've been striking out.
From the looks of her, this energetic Australian cattle dog mix named Sheela might just be the ticket.
You were available over a month ago. What's going on? Come on, you seem sweet. You're pretty, you're young. Something you're not telling me? Come on. Oh my gosh, oh my God. When I went inside the kennel to say hi to her, I went ahead and put the leash on her and opened the kennel door. Second I opened the kennel door, she darted out of it at 100 miles an hour. When a dog is this out of control on the leash, you always run the risk of doing some damage to the trachea. This is exactly one of the reasons why we train dogs to heel. But until she's trained, she's not going to know any better. I wrap the leash around the body and pull it through itself. Now the leash becomes a makeshift harness. So when she pulls, it distributes equal body pressure. When we get back to the ranch, this is definitely one thing we'll have to work on.
And that work will include finding out if Sheela could be a match for Pete and Deb, a retired couple living in Nipomo, California.
The neighborhood we live in has a lot of people who are retired but very active. We have walking trails and bike lanes and horse trails.
A lot of tennis, golf, and many, many dogs. And so it's really a part-time dog community almost.
But for Pete and Deb, this dog community no longer includes one of their own.
Princess was 14, seemed to be really healthy, and then last year she suddenly got very ill.
It's been almost a year, and we really miss having a dog around the house. With the kids gone, they really become your family.
And we're ready to have a dog in our family again.
Not so ready is Sheela, who's arriving at Lucky Dog Ranch for the first time.
Lower it down there, Speedy. You got some power, I can tell.
Brandon gives the healer her red training collar and brings in the pack to meet her.
Welcome to the Lucky Dog Ranch. We'll make friends.
Sheela gets some time to get acquainted with the other dogs. But soon enough, it's on to business.
Today I'll be doing my assessment of Sheela and her knowledge of the 7 common commands, which are sit, stay, down, come, off, heel, and no. The second I walked her into the yard, she starts jumping on me. And then she jumped again. And then again. And then a couple more times for good measure. So yeah, she's a jumper. But I asked her to sit, and she sits perfectly. That would be a sit, I'll take that. And then I asked her to lie down, and what does she do? She lies down. Loving this. But that's about as far as her skill set went. Stay, she had not a clue what I was talking about. Understand a word I'm saying? The no was a foreign language. Walking her on a leash is like holding a kite on a windy day. Okay, you still jump. Got it. So now I got a game plan of what she knows and what she doesn't know. It's time to teach her something. First thing I'll start with is the no command. Even though Sheila's young, I can tell that she's learned through trial and error that she can use her power in her body to get what she wants. So the way I'll be teaching this is with a double leash lock off. I hook her up on a harness and strap a leash to the harness to an anchor on the wall. This is known as the anchor leash. And I put a second leash on her martingale collar. Now I have control of her. Now I place a treat about 4 inches in front of her snout. Naturally, she tries to go for it. I simply say the word no. She can't get to it because the anchor leash is stopping her. All I'm doing here is waiting her out. Timing is key. There you go. Just relax. Control. About 30 seconds later, she begins to calm down until finally she brings it to a complete halt. The second she does, I pick up the treat and say, okay. Okay. Good. Same thing. No. She starts calming down faster and faster every time. Okay. Until eventually I can unhook the anchor leash, and now I can simply place a treat right in front of her, say the word no, and she'll look at me and say, I know the game. She now has a no command. Good, good.
The young Australian cattle dog mix Sheela has a sweet heart, but packs a lot of power.
Heelers are herding dogs. They like to move fast. But in a city environment, they have to learn to walk amongst the humans. So today, I'll be teaching this heeler to heel. The way I'll be teaching her to heel is with one of my favorite tools, the lure stick. What is that? What is that? Look at that. You ready? I take a treat and put it on the end of the lure stick. Look at that. Oh my gosh. So I hold it in front of her snout, and naturally she wants to go for it, but I pull it away quickly. She learns that every time she goes for it, I'm much quicker than her, so she decides to sit there obediently. And when she does, she gets a treat. Good. Slowly. So we start moving.
Heel. There you go.
When I see her walking contently, I reward her. We repeat this process over and over. As I'm walking around the barn, I'm noticing she's walking my speed. She's not pulling on the leash at all. So I get rid of the lure stick and simply say the word heel, and lo and behold, she's walking perfectly with me. I gotta say, this dog is very smart.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. Good, good, good.
Sheila's intelligence gives Brandon confidence going into his virtual meeting with her potential new family.
There you go. Good, good.
Today I'll be doing a video conference with Pete and Deborah to see if they're a good match for Sheela.
Hello.
Hello. It's good to finally put faces to the names. So what do you do as a couple? Tell me about your lives. They tell me that they're both retired, but they're very active. They like to take long walks. There's a lot of parks around the area. They go to the beach. They say they've had dogs their entire lives.
Oh, Princess, our border collie husky mix died right after Christmas.
You feel a little bit of a void?
A lot of void. I'm always looking for her because she was always around, close to me. So she was a real companion as opposed to just a pet.
When you both initially reached out to me, you said specifically you'd like a herding breed, possibly a healer. Why would you want that type of breed?
Well, we're very familiar with the breed and we enjoy being with them. They're active dogs. We're both active. I volunteer at a local school. I play my accordion, kind of like a music therapy. Princess would come along and be a part of that program. We also did it in nursing homes and in hospitals. So for me, it would be fun to have another companion when I go out and do my volunteer work.
What other sort of activities would you want to involve the dog in?
Most of our neighbors have dogs, and we get together in the evenings, and then the dogs all play together. So even though we don't have a dedicated dog park per se, we kind of have these little get-togethers so that the dogs have an opportunity to visit, and so do we.
So the dog would definitely be a social bridge.
Absolutely.
Everything you're telling me sounds great. You're obviously very experienced with dogs, and I have rescued a dog recently that fits the profile of exactly what you're looking for. She's not very well trained right now. I'm just getting to know her. So until I get her fully trained, I can't really say if she's the right match for both of you. The next step in the process is I'm going to send someone up to your property and have them take a look around to see if it's adequate for a dog.
Great.
Okay, very good.
We really appreciate Brandon getting to know us a little bit. It raises our hope level up pretty high.
We're really looking forward to having a dog in our future.
All right, we'll talk soon.
Thank you.
Over the last 2 weeks, Sheela has mastered the 7 common commands. But for her to fit in with Pete and Deborah, she'll also need to fit in with their active lifestyle.
Pete's retired, so he does a lot of volunteering, specifically at the senior center. He loves going there and playing the accordion for them, and he used to do this with his old dog, Princess. So today I'll be taking Sheela to a senior center to test her around that environment. When you're testing a dog around people, specifically elderly people, you're on the lookout for a few key things. Number 1, the dog has to be calm. That would be Sheela. Number 2, is the dog comfortable in the environment?
Good girl, Sheila.
And last, but definitely not least, aggression has no place in an environment like this.
Good girl, Sheila.
But Sheela is showing me nothing but a positive attitude. Sheela obviously feels very comfortable around people, so it's no surprise that she's perfect for this environment.
To complete her preparation for accompanying Pete on his volunteer outings, Sheela has to face the music, literally. Her initial response is not positive.
Take that as you don't like it.
But Brandon puts in the practice to acclimate the young healer mix to the presence and sounds of the accordion.
Good.
I know my playing's amazing, right?
Good girl.
Eventually, she's ready to join the band.
There we go.
All right. Besides my awesome accordion playing skills, I do have another gift for you.
Brandon rewards Sheela with her green graduation collar.
Hold on, you're gonna have to help me a little bit. Okay, how about this way? There we go. There we go.
To complete her journey, All she has to do now is stay put.
Deb and Pete were on their way down to LA, and that's when I decided to call them and told them to stop by the ranch.
Hey, how's it going?
Come on
Good
in.
to see you.
We got here and we were a little bit confused as to what was going on.
I led them on to think that they were just coming over here to talk about Sheela for a few minutes, but I had a different plan in mind. They thought I walked out of the room to get them a couple drinks, but I had something a little better to give them.
Sorry I don't have anything to drink for you guys, but I've got something better.
All of a sudden, Brandon came in with this beautiful Australian cattle dog.
Right away, he said, wow, who's that dog for? And he says, well, let's see how it works with you. So that was just great.
There you go. Good girl.
Oh, yeah.
When I saw Sheela on the couch, I realized this one was a no-brainer. Sheela, she was home. She was with her new family.
Big part of the deal.
Well, what do you both think?
I think she's a keeper.
Wonderful. Yeah.
She's a keeper?
Beautiful.
Definitely.
Good, because you can keep her.
She looks
Great.
She's all yours.
She's definitely a dog who likes to smile and very responsive, not shy at all, just seemed to warm right up to us. There you go. Good girl.
I'm looking forward to getting up early in the morning and going out for a run or walk in the neighborhood.
Oh.
I'll have a buddy that I can take with me, and I'm sure she'll always be ready to go for a run or to play.
Be good, Sheela. Enjoy.
Bye.
Okay, thanks, Brandon.
West Valley Shelter just contacted me. They said they have about a 1.5-year-old Tibetan Terrier mix they found as a stray. They say she's very sweet, but physically, she looks awful. She's covered in dreadlocks, grease, and oil. This is a common case for a lot of street dogs. They never receive love and affection or any training, so it makes them appear like they're a bad, out-of-control dog behind the cage. But the reality is, all dogs are trainable, so I guarantee I can change this girl's world. You've been on the streets for a while, haven't you? You ever had a bath? What do you say I get you out of here, get you cleaned up, maybe even train you?
Before heading back to the ranch, Brandon surprises Pax with a special treat.
Hey, you.
A spa day with Janelle. After 2 hours of suds and snips, Pax is ready to show off her picture-perfect new look.
How'd you turn out?
I know. Like a little diva.
All right, yeah. You can tell that she's maybe spoiled.
Right?
Thanks, Janelle.
But Pax's transformation isn't complete without one final fashion accessory, a training collar.
Yeah, trust me. Red is definitely your color.
Back at the ranch, Lucky Dog's newest debutante enjoys her own coming out party.
All right, say hi to her. Make her feel welcome. Go on. Go play. Welcome to the Lucky Dog Ranch.
Free-spirited Pax takes no time adjusting to ranch life and making new friends. But not all transitions go smoothly. Such is the case for recent Southern California transplants Libby, Jake, and their dog, Penny Lane.
Penny Lane is 6 years old. She's a very friendly dog. She does, however, have some separation anxiety issues.
It's, really been since we moved to LA. That's where we really noticed the difference. When we leave, there's always whimpering, yelping. When we come back, the welcome mat, it's all trampled, like she's been scratching at it.
The mom of her litter abandoned them. I got her when she was only a few weeks old, and I think because of that, we had this special bond, and it created the separation anxiety.
There's even some activities that we can't do because we'd have to leave Penny behind for too long, even if it's a few hours at a time.
Libby and Jake hope the addition of a new playmate will alleviate Penny's stress and allow them more freedom in their own lives.
We're looking for a dog that's around the same size as Penny, maybe around 15 pounds, and we want one that's playful, that can kind of coax that playfulness out of her.
In the process, Jake's hoping to cultivate his own bond.
No way I can feel like a third wheel if we get a fourth one attached.
Back at the ranch, the wheels are already in motion.
Today I'll be doing Pax's assessment of her knowledge of the 7 common commands, which are sit, stay, down, come, off, heel, and no.
All right, let's see what you know, what you don't know, and what you're willing to learn. Here, you like food?
Food is hard to come by on the streets, so it's no surprise when a free meal elicits Pax's razor-sharp focus.
I hop her up on the training platform, and the first thing I asked her to do was sit.
Give me a sit. I didn't say dance, I said sit.
She actually stood up on her hind legs, so she doesn't sit, and she's a jumper.
You know a no?
From there, Brandon tests the rest of her commands.
Do you stay? Do you stay? Yep. Come. Are you staying now? It's safe to say that she has pretty much little to no training, and she's got this bad jumping habit that needs to be solved right now. So, first thing I'll be teaching her is the off command. I take the leash and I run it through the eyeball. Now I have a makeshift pulley system. So I hold a treat right above her head, but when she goes to jump, I simply say the word off, pull her back down to all fours. When she stays down for a few seconds, I reward her.
Good, good, good. Don't be jumping. It's a bad habit.
As time goes on, she's jumping less and less. From there, I decided to go for the down command. Naturally, she follows the treat, and when she follows the treat all the way down to the floor, I reward her.
That's a down.
But her eagerness for food exposes an unwanted new habit.
She starts creeping forward. This is very common with a lot of dogs. They were never taught control when they were a puppy. So from there, I swap sides at the training platform.
This allows Brandon to use the eye bolt as a pulley system. When Pax tries to creep forward, Brandon simply pulls on the leash.
Now when she goes down, she actually can't crawl forward.
Oh, look at you, it's sinking in.
It's only been a few days since Pax's rescue, but this 1.5-year-old has already made a stunning transformation. From bedraggled street dog to blossoming socialite. And it's this social ease that could make her the perfect companion for Penny Lane, a 6-year-old terrier mix with a bad case of separation anxiety. To confirm his hunch, Brandon heads to Redondo Beach to get to know Libby and Jake.
So is this your first dog, or you've had dogs in the past?
I've had a black lab, a German short hair.
We start talking, and I find out they're both pretty experienced with dogs. They also told me they like to travel quite a bit.
But we always bring Penny with us.
And I'm assuming you want a new dog to travel with you, too.
Absolutely.
That would be great, yes.
Yeah.
So obviously the dog will have to be small enough and trained to travel.
So tell me about Penny here. What's going on with her?
She kind of has that separation anxiety going on.
How bad?
So it can get kind of bad. She doesn't like to be left alone.
And you think a dog could help her in this area?
Absolutely.
I would hope so, yeah.
Separation anxiety is a common issue for a lot of dogs, and one of the best ways to solve it is to add another dog in the mix. But it's not a perfect system. The personalities, they have to be just right for each other.
I do have a dog in mind for you, but this is all dependent on a few things. First of all, I gotta finish training her. Number two, I'd like to get Penny out to the ranch because I want to see if they'll get along. Sometimes it's not a good match.
When Brandon told us that he had a potential match, I was so happy. Penny is like my child, so whenever I leave the house and I can hear her crying and whining, it makes me feel so bad, and it almost gives me anxiety. And I think that anything that's gonna help Penny and pull her out of that anxiety is really a peace of mind.
After living life on the streets for most of her life, Pax is slowly learning how to become a lady. Today, she'll tackle her next lesson in etiquette, the stay.
Oh, look at you. You already know what we're doing.
There's a lot of different ways to teach a stay, and the way I think that's gonna work for Pax is putting her on the training platform and locking her off with an anchor leash.
The whole point of this is to stay.
So I simply back off, I say the word stay.
Because you're a jumpy little thing. Stay.
As long as she stays on the pedestal, she gets rewarded with a treat.
Perfect, perfect. Good, good, good.
But staying put isn't one of Pax's strong suits.
The moment she jumps off, she realizes that was a mistake because suddenly the freebie treats stop.
Get up there. That's where the treats are.
The moment she jumps back on the pedestal, I reward her with a treat. This reminds her this is the target area. This is where you get rewarded.
Jumping down is not going to get you anything.
From that point, I start adding distractions. So I start taking treats and throwing them on the ground right next to her.
Stay there. Remember what that got you last time.
And the allure of treats proves too tempting for this chowhound.
There you go. Good, good, good. There you go. Back on target. Stay there. Good. Stay.
Now she's staying because she's figured out the game and she's getting good at it.
Perfect, perfect. Good. Nice.
To test what Pax has learned, Brandon lowers her platform to the ground.
Stay. Stay there. Good. Stay.
With enough conditioning, I was able to pop the anchor leash off, tell her to stay and back off 20 feet. She now has a stay.
Good. Nice. All right, all right. Enough torture. Come on. All right, fine. Stay there.
Though Pax has demonstrated her staying power, it's her overall poise that could make or break her placement.
After meeting Libby and Jake, I learned that their dog actually has pretty bad separation anxiety. If you have one dog with anxiety and you have another calm dog in the house, the calm dog potentially will lower the anxiety of the anxiety-ridden dog.
But two anxiety-prone dogs could spell trouble.
The reality is, if Pax has separation anxiety, it's a wrap. But if she doesn't, this could be a perfect match.
To determine this, Brandon turns to Spy Cam.
First thing I see is Pax lying on one bed, chewing a bully stick.
But it isn't long before Pax's curiosity gets the best of her. But within seconds, she loses interest in the door and returns to her bed.
A few minutes later, she gets up and she gets on the couch. 20 minutes later, she hops up on a different chair. All she was doing was taking little cat naps around the house. I didn't realize dogs could actually take cat naps, but apparently they can. 30-minute mark, she's still content. 45 minutes later, an hour. I couldn't be more convinced. She does not have separation anxiety.
But because her potential new family flies back to Wisconsin regularly, she'll also need an education in the friendly skies.
So today, I'll be conditioning her to the travel carrier. The secret to this is making the carrier as unintimidating as possible. And the way I do this is I open up both ends. Most people make the mistake of simply putting their dog in the travel carrier and zipping it up. From there, I take a treat and put it right inside. Get it.
Yeah, nothing scary in there, right? Now watch this. Watch. Look it. See it? Get it. All the way through.
She's feeling comfortable, so it's time to take her to the next level.
Same thing.
At that point, I threw a treat all the way to the back.
Good. Perfect.
As she made a U-turn, I simply put my hand to stop her from coming out. I reward her over and over. This is the key element. I want her to feel comfortable inside this environment.
There, get used to it. It's easy. Now watch this. We go like this. And then we go like that. Look at that. Oh my gosh, you survived.
Every time I do this, I build a few more seconds of keeping it zipped up.
Nice. Nice.
Now I see she's content inside here with it zipped up, so I simply stand up, back off, and walk away. As I walk away, she simply watches me. This is totally normal. She's keeping a close eye on me, but she's not panicking. From there, it's time to take it to the next and final level of the process. Now I'm gonna pick her up.
And take off, and landing. Same thing. There you go. Good.
As Brandon circles the runway, Pax stays calm and enjoys the ride.
Runway, and whee! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, you survived. You survived. How was that?
We know you have many choices of airlines. We'd like to thank you for choosing Lucky Dog Airways.
All right, come on.
But someone else is about to land at the ranch. Jake and Libby want a dog to help their current pup cope with her separation anxiety. So the next day, Brandon borrows Penny Lane for a compatibility test.
Even though Pax is a friendly dog, and from what I hear, Penny Lane's very friendly too, you never know. Sometimes personality conflicts is what causes a fight. So today I'll be introducing Pax and Penny Lane to each other to see if they get along. In general, if a fight's gonna happen, it's gonna happen in the first 30 seconds.
But after a thorough sniff, they quickly earn each other's approval.
All day long, they started to form a new bond, a new friendship, a new sisterhood. The one thing I noticed throughout the day, with Pax right there next to her, I saw zero anxiety whatsoever. But the only way to truly know for sure is to get them in Penny Lane's house alone and see how Penny Lane does on her own turf.
For the last couple of weeks, Pax has been shedding her street habits in favor of good old-fashioned manners. Now, having received a paws up from her new sister, she can put her etiquette to good use in a forever home.
Jake and Libby were just under the impression that I was returning Penny to their house. They had no idea that there was another guest about to arrive.
Penny!
You miss her?
Hi, I did. Yeah, how are you?
Can you say hi to this one too?
Oh my gosh! Hey!
First time I saw Pax, I was so excited. She's so adorable and everything that I had imagined that she would be.
Look at you! Oh my God.
I can tell that it was a great match right away when he brought them both in because they both came in with that same excitement of like they were home.
So when you took Penny, how did they interact?
They were fine.
Yeah?
I never had a shadow of a doubt in my mind these two were going to get along. But I know how important Penny is to both of you, and I know you wanted to get her a companion to help ease her anxiety when you leave. So I'd like to set up some cameras in here, and we can go to a park around the corner and view live from a monitor. And I want to see if Pax really does calm Penny down when we leave.
Okay.
So I went ahead and set up the spy cams in their house, and we all took a walk down to the park. I was probably the most nervous. My job was to not only make sure I trained Pax correctly, but did I choose the right dog for Penny?
Is that a typical area she lies in?
Yes.
Yeah. But that's good, they both look really calm.
Looks good.
This is incredible.
The most that Penny did was pretty much lift her head up and switch positions on the couch and lie back down. No anxiety, no anxious behavior, no nervousness, nothing at all. All I see are two new siblings forming a bond, and that's when I realized that a new family has been formed.
What are you guys doing?
Don't worry, we saw everything. We know all.
So what do you think, Penny? Can you handle it? Yeah?
I think that's a yes.
Pax, guess what time it is, sweetheart?
When Brandon brought out the green collar, it made me very emotional and very happy to know that she is now officially a part of our family.
You take care, too. Show her the ropes. And vice versa. So long, Pax. Be good. Emotional support isn't just for humans. It's also for dogs, because after all, dogs have all the same emotions as humans and often need the same support. Pax is now the latest dog to pay it forward in this area.
And in turn, she discovers the best gift of all, a home of her own.
From hopeless to a home. That's my mission. One dog at a time.